Earth, wind, water, fire. During my 3-week journey throughout New Zealand, I investigated how these primal elements have been harnessed to supply the energy demands of a nation. I invite you now to accompany me on my voyage to discover the future of our electricity needs. Geothermal power. In certain parts of the Earth, reservoirs of hot water exist underground. A geothermal power plant can bring this hot water up to the surface, and the change in pressure causes the water to boil and become steam. The power plant can then convert this steam into electricity. Ohaki Power Station was commissioned in 1989 and is now owned by Contact Energy. Ohaki produces about 100 megawatts of electricity into New Zealand's national grid. There are over 20 production wells in use at Ohaki. Each well is, on average, 1.2 kilometers deep and reaches water at temperatures of up to 280 degrees Celsius. Each well produces about 30 tons of steam or 100 tons of water. Wind power. Wind causes the blades of a wind turbine to rotate, which spins a shaft that is connected to a generator. It is the generator that produces electricity. Each of Te Apiti's 55 turbines is capable of producing 1.65 megawatts of electricity. Te Apiti Wind Farm is situated near the Manawatu Gorge, which is an excellent location due to the consistently high wind speeds. Te Apiti achieves a maximum generating capacity of 90 megawatts when wind speeds are between 50 and 90 kilometers per hour. When wind speeds are higher than 90 kilometers per hour, turbines will automatically shut down to prevent damage. In addition to wind farms being great sources of green energy, they can also be used for farming and grazing. Hundreds of sheep use Te Apiti as a grazing ground. Hydroelectric power.
Cold state line, miles away from those I love, purpose hard to find. While I recall all the words you spoke to me, can't help but wish that I was there, like where I'd love to be. Oh yeah. Dear God, the only thing I ask of you much too far away. We all
A hydroelectric power plant is a dam that blocks a large reservoir of water that is ready to flow downhill at any time. When the dam is opened, the rushing water rotates a turbine, which turns a generator and produces electricity. The Waikato River is 353 kilometers long and is New Zealand's longest river. Mighty River Power is a state-owned enterprise that generates electricity from 8 hydroelectric power plants on the Waikato River. Karapiro Power Station is located at the end of the Waikato and was commissioned in 1947. Karapiro has 3 large turbines which are capable of producing a maximum of 90 megawatts. For 1 megawatt of electricity to be generated, 3.77 tons of water is required to flow through the power station every second. Solar power. Solar photovoltaic panels are made from materials called semiconductors such as silicon. When sunlight strikes the surface of this semiconductor, the energy is absorbed and transferred into the material. The photons knock electrons in the semiconductor loose, allowing them to flow and create electricity. Cape Ranga Lighthouse was built in 1941 and originally used a diesel-powered generator. In 2000, Ranga's original equipment was replaced with a 50-watt lamp operated by a battery supply charged by solar panels. The concrete tower stands 10 meters high and 165 meters above sea level. The light flashes once every 12 seconds and can be seen for 19 nautical miles or 35 kilometers. Upon returning from New Zealand, I decided to investigate into energy-efficient technologies developed here in the United States. General Electric has been an innovator of green technology since the early 1900s. Thomas Edison founded General Electric in 1892, and its company headquarters is located in Schenectady, New York. General Electric was heavily involved in the creation of electrically powered locomotives and automobiles. GE was an early pioneer in the electric train in 1908. GE also constructed the USS Jupiter, which was the first electrically propelled naval vessel in 1912. Finally, GE was a designer and manufacturer of many experimental electric cars throughout the 20th century, as well as a producer of more effective electric car batteries. This is the 1978 GE 100 electric car.